Okay, so we are also live on YouTube. I have a lot of students have joined in. Good afternoon, all of my dear students. And we are 10 days away from the examination. So we thought we'll just have a catch up with you, a brief 30 minutes catch up. Try to address your concerns, help you plan for the next 10 days. Any subject specific question, any stress, fear, anxiety, a lot of things would be going on in your mind. So we have Supriya with us, our mentor, and we have Aslesha as well joining in today. So Supriya, why don't you start and maybe give a brief thing about what students should be doing in the next 10 days before we take the specific questions.
Okay. So good afternoon, everybody. So I'm sure Suraj and Ashlesha will talk more on the studies aspect and the syllabus and all. Let me talk more from the stress and fear point of view. So see, it's very, very normal to be stressed out, to be scared at this point of time. So I'll tell you three very, very simple techniques which you can do. You can follow it very easily, which are going to help you reduce your stress level. Now, first thing is good quality sleep. See, I am what I request all of you is now as well as during your exams, ensure that you're sleeping 7 to 8 hours regularly, because once you sleep well, you will be able to next day you will be fresh, rejuvenated. Now, what also matters is other than 7 to 8 hours sleep is the quality of sleep. It's very, very important that you get good quality deep sleep. So what one very, very easy way of doing that is, just 15 minutes before you go off to sleep, like just sit on your bed and simply relax. Okay. And please, no gadgets, no talking to anybody, just being there, spending time alone and just doing deep breathing. Okay. 15 minutes deep breathing, breathe in, breathe out, deep breaths. If you do that every day for 15 minutes, your overall sleep quality will be good, and your day will be really productive. Exam days as well as your 10 crucial days that are remaining. Now, second, spending time in nature. I know it's just 10 days which are remaining, but what I can request you all is one day out of these 10 days, if you can spend 30 minutes in nature, go to a park, go to a garden close by, not far, just spend 30 minutes in nature. No phone, okay, all alone, not staring at people but looking at the sky or the trees, just spending time there. So it is scientifically proven that the more time you spend with nature, the more calmer you'll see the change in those 30 minutes. You might even want to go twice, two more times in these 10 days, but do it at least once. Small request. Yeah. And third thing, before exams, see, it's very, very normal that your heartbeat, when you enter the examination hall, it's very, very normal to have a very fast heartbeat. And it is scientifically proven, when you have a very, very fast heartbeat, you're not able to think correctly, think properly, strategize. So the first thing I'll request you all to do is reach your examination center sometime before, right? And once you're seated, what you have to do is a very, very simple thing. Okay, so you have to sit down and you breathe in and you breathe out for the same number of counts, just a 2 minutes exercise. So if you're breathing in for 6 counts, for example, so breathe out also for 6. So breathing in, breathing out for same number of counts, right? You can start practicing from today itself, but this is scientifically proven. This will help you steady your heartbeat. And once you are calmer and composed, whatever you've studied, whatever you've all the hard work that you put in, so you will be able to apply your knowledge and put in your best efforts. So these are very, very simple tips. I hope you all start doing it and you all find it helpful. Yeah. Thank you, Suraj. So that is what I wanted to begin with.
Thanks a lot, Supriya. Thanks for sharing the insights. So I think just to quickly recap whatever she told: good sleep.
Yes.
Spend some time in nature, at least for one day, 30 minutes, not more than that.
30 minutes, yeah.
And this quick breathing technique, I think 2 minutes of breathing technique, which can relax your tummy. It will be a lot of
heartbeat, heartbeat.
Yeah, heartbeat and a lot of things, butterflies going on in
yes.
the stomach, what they say, and all of that. I think that's a nice technique to. Okay, that is from your emotional side, because we have gone through it. All three of us have gone through what you are going through right now. We qualified, whatever time we qualified, we have gone through similar stages what you're going through right now. Now, coming to subject specific, you have 10 days in hand, and Generally, I say accounting being the first paper, do give about 3 to 4 days, and remaining 6 days you can allocate to the remaining subjects based on your comfort levels. Okay. Accounting, I'm asking more because I teach accounting. So, and I have all the right to ask more because it will be your first paper all throughout. So that is one thing you have to do. I cannot give you a general, thing of, which topics to follow, which topics not to follow. Subject-specific things. We have again our past exam evaluations and analysis and all of that. Looking at that, you can understand what are the weightages for each subject. Focus on those areas. Don't try to start something new. Don't try to start something, some new notes, some new question bank and all of that. This is not the time. This is the time to assimilate whatever you have read so far, revise them, and get ready. Your 80% preparation, your 85% preparation, your 95% preparation, whatever you have done. If in 6 months you could do so much, in the next 10 days, heavens will not fall. I have seen some videos on YouTube where people claim that, how can you crack exams in 7 days, how to pass CA exams in 21 days and all of that. It may happen once in a while, but let me tell you, generally, thinking that I'll crack everything in 10 days is very difficult. So even if you're 85% ready, give 100% for that 85%. And that is, message from my side. Ashlesha, over to you. Law being first times, for a lot of students to write. So some specific tips or, tricks if you want to share, and then we'll take specific questions from the students.
Thank you, Suraj. So yeah, last 10 days, what you should be doing right now. So I wouldn't say do this or do that right now. I would just say plan each day in advance. Take each day as it comes. So today, before going to bed, plan in advance what you're going to do for the next day. And talking of law, since you're going to attempt a law paper for the very first time, make sure that you have done enough writing practice, because there's a lot of writing which you will have to do for that examination. And Suraj, as he is rightly mentioned, give time to accounts. You have bonus days for accounts, so utilize those bonus days, and the remaining time you can utilize for the revision. And now is not a time to start anything new. And one thing which I would like to stress upon here is, do not compare your level of preparation with another person's level of preparation. Both of you may vary, and that will cause unnecessary stress. So do not do that. Do not compare your level of preparation with someone else's. And one thing which you should be doing in these 10 days is get ready with all the things you are going to utilize for that 1.5 day of preparation for your examination. So say for law, if you are going to study, use the ICI study material or any other study material for example. So make sure that you're ready with the books, you're ready with what are the things you're going to refer, you've highlighted things, you have folded the pages of your books, everything ready. So keep sets ready for 1.5 days for every subject that ways, so that last minute stress and last minute anxiety will not take over things from your mind. So do all of this and stay calm and composed.
Yeah, and for mathematics, we do have formula sheets, or you would have also created formula sheets on your own. Try to go through those formula sheets. That will help you in the examination. Then other thing, because for a lot of you, this is the first time you're writing a professional examination. It is not going to be easy, let me tell you upfront. But then you should not be tense because it is difficult, because you have taken up a challenge, right? Ultimately, your CA journey is going to be a challenge. This is just the foundation level. Inter will be 4x this, final will be 4x inter what you learn at CA intermediate level. So it is going to be a challenge. Now, a lot of us have a habit of, after one exam is completed, we start analyzing the questions, what we did right, what we did wrong, and all of that. My humble suggestion, request to each one of you, exam gets over at 5 o'clock, get the paper back home, keep it aside, don't look at it. Stay away from friends who want to discuss exam papers after the examination, because that will unnecessarily spoil your mood for the next exam. Maybe you thought something you have done correct. Your friend says, no, that is not correct. This is correct. And then for the next 2 hours, you'll be thinking, oh shit, such a silly mistake, such a simple mistake. I'll lose marks. I will fail. I've gone through that. In fact, I felt it'll be difficult for me to score some 55, 60 marks in mathematics because I did some 2-3 questions incorrectly. Okay. And institute will cut extra marks because I did mistakes and all of that. That was the thing I was, going through. And my dad asked, at least, will you pass? I said, yeah, I'll pass, but I think I'll not score more than 60. I ended up scoring 90, 94 or something. Okay. So a lot of us have apprehensions. Keep that aside, write your exams well, come back home, relax, prepare for the next exam. After your 4 exams are completed, then do whatever analysis, paralysis, whatever you want to do, you can do after that. Don't do it in between the examination. Okay. And if any friend comes up and says, "Arey, what is the answer for this? What was the answer for that?" Please stay away from those kind of friends, because this is not your 10+2 examination. This is a CA examination. It demands a lot of energy, a lot of your perseverance, and what you do in the 3 hours 15 minutes is what will matter the most, right? So we have subject specific strategy we have already discussed, right? And if you have any questions, any queries, someone on YouTube is asking what to do about headache. I used to carry Combiflam, to be frank. I used to get headaches in the examination. I have actually, in one of the paper, taken a tablet, rested for 5 minutes, and then written the examination. That is what I used to do. Supriya, if you can, tell something about headaches and what can be done.
So, see, one of the most important reasons why you get headache is either you're not eating well or you've not slept properly. So in these days, exam days, that is a major concern. So keep a check on your diet and your sleeping. Second, if that's happening, like you're getting headaches, one more technique is, you close one, like I'll just show it to you. You're closing one nostril and try to breathe from one nostril for, 1 to 2 minutes. That's a very effective technique. Try that out. It helps. But other than that, just eating, sleeping well will, ensure that, you are in a good state of mind. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Right.
So, guys, forum open for questions. Forum meaning you can put it out in the chat box. You can unmute and ask. This is specifically for CA Foundation, right? So, if any questions related to CA Foundation, please feel free to ask us. We'll be there for some more time to help you. Okay, any concerns, any apprehensions, any doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay, can I revise the subject of CA Foundation in these 10 days and qualify? Because this is my second attempt. This is the second attempt, and he's preparing for CMA Enter December attempt. So first thing, keep aside CMA Enter December attempt for now. For the next, 10 days before the exams and 8 days during the exams, focus should be only on your CA Foundation exam. That is first. If you have already completed syllabus 1 and have done a decent amount of revision, these 10 days time to revise and prepare for the exam should be sufficient. I don't see any concern out there. Any more questions others have?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Ashwin.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a doubt in law. In law, when I start writing answer, ma'am, we don't know when to, how much to write for each question. So usually I start up with the first question and write and write for 2-3 pages, and then it took for around 30 minutes for that single question. Then I realized I have taken so much time. So can you give any tips to remember, so assess how much to write for each question?
Yeah, Ashlesha.
Okay, so talking about how much to write, see, there's no specific thing as to how much you have to write for a particular question. Your answer has to be crisp and to the point. First, understand what the question is asking you, and on the basis of that, your answer should be framed. You do not have to write stories. You only have to write the provision, analysis, and the conclusion. And I don't think it will go into 2-3 pages if a question is a very small question asking you about a basic thing. So you have case study based questions wherein we always stress on this point that first give the provision, then do a simple analysis of the case, and then finally give your conclusion, which should be not more than 1 or 2 lines. So the length doesn't matter. What matters is the provision you've written and how well you have written the provision, not changing anything, not changing the meaning. So there's no specific length of answer. You just have to understand the question and give your answer.
Okay, so another question from and then this is a common question. I think the other day at the conference also we had students asking this question. Ashlesha, again to you, importance of section number. Does it have weightage? How much they should be focusing on?
So talking of section numbers, this is one very common question which we are asked every time, and we also say the same thing every time, that if you know the correct section number, please quote it. writing a section number is not going to add up to your marks. Basically, you're not getting any extra marks for quoting a section number. But if you write a wrong section number, your marks will surely be deducted. So if you remember the correct section number, please quote it. Go ahead, quote it. If you do not remember the correct section number, it is okay. Even if you do not write the section number, you can always start your answer with as per the provisions of so and so act, depending on the question. So this is what we always suggest for section numbers.
So just to give you a perspective, I have not written section numbers even at CA final level. Okay, and only a couple of questions because I was very bad at remembering section numbers. Right. So that is the answer. Then, yeah, how to present accounts paper? There is nothing specific. The same way in which you have prepared and sorry. In the same way you have prepared and presented in the classes, that itself is fine. Make sure the working notes are presented. Make sure you have working notes for all the items that are required. That is one. And which question to attend and all of that. See, for two papers, right? For your accounting and law and BCR, where you have descriptive writing. First question is anyways compulsory, so you can't do much about that. In the remaining question, whichever questions you feel comfortable, in any order you want to, you can go ahead and attempt it. So what I would suggest is, for accounting, if you ask me, questions which are simpler, like average due date is a simpler one. Okay, sometimes BRS is simple, rectifications are simple. And all these we have also discussed when we are doing accounting revisions, right? So those sections or those questions which you find that okay, I will be able to do this, please go ahead and start with that question. There is no rule that you should start with question number 1 or question number 6. You can start in any order you want to. And if you are drawing partners capital account or 3-column cash book and all of that, you can write in landscape mode. There is no problem at all. So you can write in 3-column cash, 3-column cash book in a landscape form. If there are 2 or 3 partners capital account, you can do that in landscape form. There's no problem at all. Okay. So need not worry. Either ways you write, your paper will be evaluated. But make sure you write neatly with black pen because papers are scanned these days. Blue ink may not get scanned properly. So please ensure you write with black ink. Carry your calculators, water bottle, medicines that you may require, one ID proof for, as a precautionary measure, and your hall ticket. Don't forget your hall ticket. In these 10 days, should we revise from books or can we refer to revision videos? For some topics, you may refer to revision videos. For some topics, you may refer to your notes, or for something, you may refer to your study material. It purely depends on what is your level of preparation. Okay. Something may work for you, some that may not work for others. So for example, some topics you feel that, you have read it 2-3 times, but still you are not very clear, or you may want a quick revision. You can go to the revision videos, or you feel, no, my own notes are sufficient. You can go to your own notes. It's purely up to you. How to manage time for paper 3. Okay, so paper 3, talking about mathematics. Again, managing time is simply what is the total time available with how many questions you have. Okay, or how many marks you are attempting. So for example, if it is an MCQ, every MCQ you should be able to finish up in a 1 minute time. Now, if you're not able to finish in 1 minute, don't waste time. See, a lot of students, what they do is they start a question, they do halfway, and because they are not able to solve it, they keep on attempting that. So don't do that. If let us say in 30 seconds or 1 minute, you are not able to get an answer to a question, move to the next MCQ. Whatever is left over, you come back later. Don't get stuck. Array, I read so much. I know this. I know this. Don't have that ego fight in the exams. If you are not able to get an answer, keep it aside, move to the next questions, finish the balance part, and then come back. Anything you have to add to this, Ashlesha?
No, nothing specific. Nothing specific.
Okay, so that was on time for paper 3. Any more questions? We are around 40-45 of us, and if it is clear, well and good. We are glad to know that. See, this session is just to re-emphasize the thing that pressure, stress, anxiety, tension, forgetting things, all of that is normal. It is a part of the journey. And it will happen. Okay, whatever we say, whatever we tell you, that is going to happen. Just acknowledge that yes, I'm feeling tensed, and then relax a bit, and then start your journey. Okay, guys. So I don't think we have any further questions or any further queries. So any other things you would like to add, Supriya and Ashlesha? Otherwise, we can conclude the session so that they can go back and start their, continuing with their preparation.
Yeah, just to conclude, like, have faith in yourself and in your preparation, and all the very best. And just remain cool and calm. See, what I would like to tell you all is, if you're overconfident, we tend to miss out on smaller details. And in case we are very nervous, even if we know things, we mess it up. So very, very important. Have faith in yourself and be calm and composed. And please do the breathing techniques just before the exam. I guarantee you all will feel calmer, and then you can just use your mind and put in your best efforts. Yeah, and all the very best to all of you.
Yeah, Ashlesha.
So, yeah, as Supriya's rightly mentioned, stay calm, stay composed. Stress is inevitable. There will be some level of stress. You're writing your examinations. It is an exam. So stay calm, composed. And as I've mentioned, do not speak to people who would demotivate you, or wherein you will start comparing your level of preparation. Stay in company, use music therapy, or and also stay calm, composed, eat healthy, and take adequate rest one day before exam. That is also very important. Do not go to exam with an underslept mind. That will be very harmful and very dangerous. So all the very best put to all of you for your examinations. We hope you all come back with flying colors to us.
Yeah, thanks, Ashlesha. So just last 2-3 things, more of operational aspects. Figure out your examination center at least a couple of days in advance. Okay. Otherwise, what would happen is on the day of examination, you would be searching around and you'll not find the center. That could be an issue. Carry water, as I told you, and then arrange for your transportation and all. Whether you're going on your own vehicle or if you have to get some auto or some taxi, whatever it is, get it sorted in advance. Don't wait for the exam day and think and especially there are rains in different parts of the country, so there is a possibility of transport disruption and all of that. Keep that in mind, and reach to your exam center well in advance. About 15 to 20 minutes before the examination, if you enter the exam hall, keep your books aside. Don't keep on reading till the last moment, because how much ever you read, it will not be complete. Let me tell you, with my experience. Okay, don't talk much before the exams. Don't try to clarify too many doubts before the exams. So, talk to this friend, talk to that friend. Arey, iska kya hoga? What will happen to this? What will happen to that? It unnecessarily creates confusion and drains out energy. Okay, whatever you have prepared, have confidence in that, and enter the exam hall with the fresh mind to conquer the paper. Write well. Try to attempt 100 marks out of 100 marks. Okay, and as you read the question paper, if at all you find something difficult, feel free and feel okay to just leave it and move to the next question. That is one request from my side. And if you are calmer, the chances of errors are also less. And a lot of times you would see after the examination, once you come back home, you'll feel that, array, this question I knew, this was a silly mistake, I knew this, so you knew it after the exam, because then you're not stressed. During exams you are stressed, so you're not able to recall things, right? So try the breathing techniques what Supriya suggested. Stay cool, stay calm, eat healthy. Don't sleep between 2 to 5 for the next 10 days at least. Otherwise your mind will get into that sleepy pattern. And sleep well, take proper rest, eat proper food, right? So all the best, all the best. And also tell at your home that you have exams and you need some extra bit of care from your family, and they will at least ensure that you have a good environment to study, right? Sure. Thanks a lot, guys. All the best, and see you after June 30th. I think that's the last paper. And then we'll see what you have to do for the next level of your CA journey. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.